Hello, we're in Falkirk, and this is the old church just off the High Street. This is the tomb of Sir John de Graham, who fought and died at the Battle of Falkirk in 1298. It's believed that William Wallace actually carried his body from the battlefield to this very spot, where it lies to this day. Wallace vowed to avenge his death. The sword that you can see on top of the tomb there is, I think that's probably quite a recent replica of his sword. There was a slightly older replica that once sat on top of the tomb and was placed there during renovation in Victorian times. But yeah, it's quite a big sword. I'm sure you could have done quite a bit of damage with it. Almost looks like, if not a two-hander, a hand and a half. But like all small kirk graveyards, there's a lot of very important folk buried here. Some to do with another battle in Falkirk to do with Jacobites and government troops. And if you wander around, you'll see information plaques giving you a bit of information about them. Very interesting stuff. So as I say, this is a good place to maybe start your visit to Falkirk. And we'll now wander up the High Street and head in the direction of Callendar Park. Well, we're in Callendar Park now. I've just come down the High Street there, and that's Callendar House. So at one time it would have been a large estate, and it is slightly disappointing to see that bits of it have been nibbled off and used for multi-storey housing. I don't know how that was allowed, but there you go, sometimes these things happen. You can wander around what's left of the estate, and I suppose much of the estate is still remaining. And you've got the Antonine wall running along the edge of it, which is really just these days a big bank and ditch, but it's worth having a look at. And there are other things to see in the park, but as you maybe would have seen in my opening spiel in the old kirk just off the High Street, it's quite a cold day, so we're going to go inside, maybe have a look at the museum. And I know that there's the old kitchen of the house is still intact. And last time I was here there was a wee woman making things. So with any luck she'll be making soup and we'll get a free sample and heat ourselves up. So let's go inside. Well, that's Callendar House and the museum inside. Unfortunately, the kitchen doesn't open till 11, so I'll have to give that a miss today. I'm sort of diving about, trying to fit all this stuff in a video in one day. But I highly recommend that you visit the kitchen when it's open, especially in winter because it's lovely and warm. And you might get a free sample of soup too. Okay, now we're going to head for Falkirk High railway station. There's two railway stations in Falkirk, Falkirk Grimston and Falkirk High. It's Falkirk High that we're going to go to just now. If you don't know where it is, just ask somebody. We'll see you there. Well, we've arrived at Falkirk High railway station and come down a little path off one of the platforms there. It's not signposted on the platform, I'm sure it used to be. But as you can see here, we've got some paths springing up. You can go to Falkirk Town Centre that way. This way is pointing towards the Union Canal, the Bantaskin Estate, whatever that is. And another sign here saying Falkirk Wheel, the Helix and the Kelpies, Union Canal towpath. So that's where we're going. We're going to go into the Union Canal. It will take us to the Falkirk Wheel, which is merely a link, a modern link between the Union Canal and the Forth and Clyde Canal, replacing quite a lot of locks. But there's something just at this point on the Union Canal that I also want you to see. We're not going to go through it, it's a tunnel, but I just want to show you it because it's something to maybe think about for another day. Hey. Well, this is the Falkirk Tunnel. Apparently it was built because the laird of Callendar House, Callendar Estate, where we were just before, didn't want the canal, which was built in finished I think in 1822. He didn't want the canal either going through his estate, or perhaps he didn't want to see it going through his estate or something, but either way they had to build a tunnel, so it was out of sight. And it's the same with the railway line at this point in the Callendar Estate. It goes through a tunnel as well. Now, as I say, we're not going through this today. I just wanted to show you because it's maybe something to think about for another day. But just be very careful when you go through there. As you can see, it's quite a long tunnel. I mean, there is a handrail, but there's also a lot of mud. There's a lot of water. Now, what I understand, the tunnel's not lined, which means that depending on the weather, as I think you can hear, you get a heck of a lot of water coming down from above. In fact, I think on one or two occasions when I've been through it, there's been like waterfalls of water coming down, and you end up quite wet. So if you choose to go through it, just be careful. Take a torch to be the safe side, and keep any dogs or children at close hand, roped on in fact, to the safe side. But it's a bit of an experience, and when you come out at the other side, you're kind of relieved that you're still alive, I think. You've not been eaten by some beast that's crawled up from the slimy depths of the water. But we'll go back, follow the Union Canal in the opposite direction there, and it'll eventually take us to another tunnel. And at the end of that tunnel, something quite special. Well, we've come down the first of what used to be a series of locks linking the Union Canal to the Forth and Clyde Canal. But these days they've largely, well, they have been replaced by a modern and quite incredible bit of engineering called the Falkirk Wheel. And it's located just at the other end of this tunnel. Unlike the last tunnel we had a look at, the Falkirk Tunnel, this is a modern thing. It's all concrete. And like all tunnels, sort of atmospheric. Whenever I'm in a tunnel, I always feel a strange desire to go. But I generally don't, because if somebody else was in it, they might get a bit of a fright. I think I'm all alone. I don't think there's anybody behind me. If there is, I'm sure they're already dialing 101. Well, this is the Falkirk Wheel. And it's getting a bit foggy. Hopefully you'll still be able to see it. This is the top bit. And that's the bottom bit. Not that I want to get too technical or anything. I'm no engineer, but from what I understand, if, for example, you wanted to travel from the Union Canal down to the Forth and Clyde Canal, your barge would go into this bit here, and it kind of looks as if you might drop off the end of it, but that won't happen. But you're going to a compartment at the end, which will then be sealed so that the water that your barge is in doesn't leak out. The wheel will then turn slowly, drop you down there to the level of the Forth and Clyde Canal. With that seal that's kept your water in around your barge will come back up again, and the water that you've been in will merge with the Forth and Clyde Canal, and you'll happily sail off. Vice versa if you want to travel from the Forth and Clyde up here to the Union Canal. Absolutely fascinating bit of kit. We'll just go down there and I'll show you it from a different angle. That's if we're able to see anything, that is. Well, that's another angle on the Falkirk Wheel. The mist that come down there is actually a wee bit wet. Why can't we have dry mist? That's what I want to know. Anyway, we're going from here and we're turning right along the Forth and Clyde Canal, heading in the direction of another of Falkirk's pretty major tourist attractions, and that's where we're going to end. I'll not tell you what they are or what it is. It's a wee secret, but you'll find out. haven't yet reached today's final destination. It's further along the canal. Now this road on the right here, that leads you back into Falkirk town centre. I mean, there's probably any number of ways that you can get back to Falkirk town centre from where we're going to end up. But if you're not comfortable reading maps or just heading out and playing it by ear, then just come back along the canal and go up that road there. But for the moment, we're continuing to follow the canal, which is in that direction. Very hard not to be impressed by that. It's the Kelpies, and this is where we're ending our day in Falkirk. Absolutely stunning work of art, sculpture, whatever you want to call it. The first time I actually visited this, I felt strangely emotional. The size of the heads are just so overwhelming. I just kind of almost felt as if I had to hold back tears. Yeah, very hard not to be impressed. So that's it. That's Falkirk. There was quite a lot of walking there, 10-12 miles or so. Not everybody would want to do that all in one day. I've just kind of crammed it all in. Might want to spend a few days spending a lot of time in these different attractions. But anyway, I'm Eddie Burns. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you again.